think with the mainstreaming of aspects of the lifestyle in some way diminishes it, or that that's a good thing, that people are coming to understand parts of it at least?
Anytime there's an understanding, that's a good thing. I don't think you can diminish it because we really haven't had a good reputation for so many years, so I don't think you can really diminish it too much. But anytime something comes forth that can bring a better understanding, to bring people so they don't look down upon somebody, whether it's this lifestyle or any other thing, that's always got to be a positive.
You had, obviously, we talked before, you've lived all over the world and all over the United States,
Mm-hmm.
and then you've lived this lifestyle in at least two different parts of the country. How do you deal within a small city or kind of rural or the quote unquote Midwest, all American kind of, the Midwest, especially Michigan and all that, kind of seen as this is, the Chevrolet mom and apple pie kind of thing?
It can get difficult, especially being open about it. One of the things I've tried to do is, once people get to know me as a person before they find out about my lifestyle, is let them get to know me as a person. Actually, for being in a rural area, I haven't had a whole lot held against me. And it's like, well, where I live now, a lot of these, I grew up in this area, a lot of these people knew me to start with. And some of them kind of close off to you, and others, okay, whatever. Overall, I have more tolerance about my lifestyle than some of my other beliefs were. Most of my neighbors know about my lifestyle. Most of my family does. And even people at work have come up to me, oh, here you're the guy that likes to spank people, So it hasn't really been that negative, which is is one of the things that's surprising me about the lifestyle.
Why do you think that is? You think if it's kind of if you don't parade it around, or if
I don't parade it around. I don't hide it, but I don't throw it at people either. People have been curious. I will explain, especially when they start asking about stocks on the back deck and things like that, and I'll explain it to them. I have neighbors come over, they might see chains hanging, ask about that, and then I'm not going to be dishonest with it, but I don't force it on anybody. It's I have to have a tolerance for other people's beliefs like I wish they have a tolerance for mine. I have to treat them, it's the old saying, you treat somebody like you want to be treated. So I have to do to them. And usually, considering a lot of these people knew me when I was young, and they're more understanding towards me. I had a more difficult time actually in the South with people that weren't in this lifestyle. A lot of them had to tolerate me because I was the boss. So it was never hid, but it's not like they had to see anything that they didn't want. Nothing was. And that's the way I try to do it here too. It's like, I live this lifestyle. We don't. You don't push it on anybody. If you push this on somebody that's rude and obnoxious, and I would probably be very upset if somebody came over to my house and tried to push their lifestyle on me. It's easier for me to go out into the world and accept other people and adapt to what I need to do in the outside world than for them to come into my world and adapt to mine. Mine scares them at certain times, and even some of the friends I have, it does scare them.
about before, the levels of play and such,
Yeah.
and the intensity. Has there ever been times where things have gotten to the point where you've had to have medical attention for someone, or you've had to get them to a hospital, or?
For myself, I haven't done anything that I've had to take anybody to the hospital. In the South, I was considered a teacher more than anything else down there. I have been called by submissives that have been hurt, and the person who was doing something to them would leave, and I would have to take them to the hospital. I got a lot of strange looks from some of these hospitals down there, but it's like I really didn't care one way or the other. Somebody's bleeding, somebody better get to the hospital. There are a lot of idiots in this that claim to be in this lifestyle that don't know what they're doing, and they won't take responsibility for what they do. Some people have been hurt really bad, and yes, I've seen people have to go to the hospital. The other thing that, but I've seen other things too, not just the physical aspect. I was doing a demonstration once on a submissive for a group, and I was doing a demonstration on what's called knife play. You're not cutting somebody all up. You're using the edge of a knife, and you're taking along somebody's skin. You're creating sensations no worse than taking a toothpick along somebody or something like that. She was all fine, wanting to be a part of this demonstration, and everything was going well. And then for some reason, she looked back, saw the knife, and just freaked out. She got real panicky, got her down real quick because she was restrained. You know, when you're doing knife play, you don't want people jumping all over, because then you can hurt them. But then again, like I said, we use quick disconnects. Got her down. It took about 2 hours to calm her down. She was she had just lost it. What we had found out about her afterwards, after she got calmed down, she was explaining everything to us. She had been assaulted once with a knife. She just completely blocked it out of her mind, and until she started doing it, it just brought a flashback, and she just freaked out. She just had a panic attack, and it took a few hours to calm her down. We just spent a lot of time with her. She wasn't hurt physically. She was just emotionally distraught, and it just took a while. It just took her that amount of time to get her calmed down. So things can happen. Things, even if you're prepared for, can still take you by surprise. And you never know how anybody's going to react to anything, which is one of the reasons you try to always know as much as you can about somebody. Try to do things that you can get them out of any situation in a hurry. The worst thing you can do is have somebody having something done to them and you can't get them out. That, a matter of a few minutes can be the difference between somebody being okay and somebody being hurt very bad. So things bad can happen, and you'll be talking with people that have had some bad things happen to them.